finally waited for this one for a hot minute. Like, we waited for this for the last 3 years, and there's always something that gets in the way. I think God is saying this fight shouldn't really happen. We got the AJ, everyone's favorite guy, versus Gripsy. You know, the guy who likes to grab, the way there. So, is it going to be a good fight? Very interesting. One side, very just. I'm trying to give a man like Pulev a bit of credit. This is going to be one-sided. You know what I mean? There. So let's get into this. Yo guys, welcome back to my channel. Please like, comment and subscribe. Road to 1000k. Let's get into this, man. Before I get into the AJ Pulev card that was announced, it was mad. Like, I haven't watched all of the fights yet, but I just saw a clip of one of the referees, one of the judges, not referees, one of the judges who's supposed to be scoring the fights, bear in mind, on his phone. He's just sitting there chilling out on his phone. On his phone. He's just sitting there chilling out on his phone. Which is mad because, like, in boxing, everything's just a split second away from catastrophe. Like, you can have one fighter and within like half a second he go from standing up to being knocked down. And the fact that he was on his phone, just chilling like, yeah. And then afterwards, at the end of that round, he then has to score that round whilst being on the phone. It's like, it's completely unfair, and he definitely needs to have some sort of retribution, because that's not right, not in the sport of boxing. And that kind of explains why a lot of decisions recently have not been going so great, because I think what's happened is that the fighters or the judges have not been paying full attention to the fight. Fighters have been getting robbed from decisions, and it's completely unfair. It's completely unfair. So I'm really I'm not happy really about that. And I hope the BBC, BBOC, British Boxing Board of Control,
I promise, even
do something about this, because there has to be some accountability towards the judges. Simply because the judges, when you win a fight, you get a pay rise. If you lose a fight, you get a pay deduction. That's how it works a lot of the time, because your record doesn't look too nice. You've lost, you know what I mean? And therefore people are less desired to watch you. And if you're getting robbed, but then someone from the other side of the world just sees your record, says, oh, you got an L on your record, or I don't want to fight you because you've lost against this person, and that person isn't really too great, all of a sudden you're getting robbed from decisions based on the fact that the judges are not really paying attention to the fight in itself, which is a bit shambolic in itself. So I hope the board do something about this and conclude that fight is a no contest. That's what I'll do. That fight is a no contest. You're gonna have to rematch wherever the belts were to begin with, are staying there going forward until there's a rematch, and it has to be an immediate rematch. And I'll work with the board and with the governing bodies, etc., to have that established. You got the announcement, wait for this announcement for a hot minute. I think it was dotting the I's and crossing the T's with Pulev versus Joshua. Of course, Joshua fought last year in Saudi Arabia against Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz was like, that one really shocked me. I was not even in the country for that time, but like, the guy came in 283. I'm still shocked, you know what I'm saying? Again, his biggest fight of his life, and he comes in overweight because he was eating too much food.
I love the way it all tastes. I love the way it makes me feel.
That is mad. That is mad. But AJ did what he had to do, secured the belts, and you know what I'm saying? Two-time!
Can I get a two-time? Can I get a two-time?
He's fighting against Pulev in December in the O2. Glad for him to be back in the UK. Of course, the last two fights he was in the US and he was in Saudi Arabia, so he's back on home turf against Pulev. Now, Pulev has been in the news in the last couple of years for really not so great things, shall we say. He's had a criminal investigation because he, on record, decided to... So imagine after every fight, before every fight gets reported by a reporter, etc., what he decided to do is, I don't know if you read the signs, right? You know, the way there, you look at one of them guys here, you don't read the signs. The signs were there, brother. The signs were there. Like, this weren't the time for that. And what he decided to do is grab her by the face and suck his lips onto her lips, which was a bit weird, which was absolutely weird. Like, and we saw like an aftermath video, all of them combined together, like, it was mad. I don't know, man. Maybe we're just we're from the UK and things aren't really done like that here. We're a bit more polite, so that is like the complete opposite. I don't know how these Bulgarian men do them things, how they, you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe they walk up to someone on the street and instead of saying, yo, hey, how's it going? Like, how's everything? They just walk up to someone on the street, hey, how's it going? You know, the way there. So, fam, it's been mad. He doesn't look like someone you can get along with, just put it that way. 3 years ago, they were supposed to fight, but unfortunately, Pulev got injured ahead of that fight. It was a mandatory fight. I think it was for the IBF World Championship. And what happened was, who came in to step in? I think it was Carlos Takam. So Carlos Takam stepped in to fight AJ, and you know, he done well for himself, done a good account for himself. And I think these two were supposed to fight at Wembley. I think the fight was announced, the press conferences were made, but of course that fight was scrapped after a while. So AJ is back in home turf. I see he's reborn, I see he's revitalized, I see he's a lot lighter, a lot more athletic. This is going to be a one-sided slugfest. Yeah. If I was AJ, just all I would say to him, fam, just go in, clean this guy up within 3 to 4 rounds. Off you go afterwards. I would, if I was his trainer, I'd be like, look, just grab him and cut. Just grab him, like, just beat him up and cut. So, if I was AJ, this is what I'll do. I will go in and I will batter him. That's what I'll do, because he's stiff, man. He's stiff, he's slow, he's sluggish. Like, all he, like, a lot of the time, a lot of the wins he's had is through power, he's through his own, like, power. He's got a decent jab. He's very, like, he's a bit robotic, you know what I mean? And some of these fighters are not really, like, fit. They're not healthy. They don't look after themselves, and they just get beaten up, and their heads are not in it because of the power and precision, etc. But with AJ, he's not that guy. Like, this guy, AJ could just literally crash back, wallop, bah, and night, you know what I mean? So 6 rounds. If Pulev goes past 6 rounds, I'll be amazed. I'll be amazed with Pulev. Like, the guy, yeah, AJ could, even though Pulev beat the likes of Derek Chisora, I think Derek Chisora at that time was not, like, in the best of conditions, and also his mind frame was not at the healthiest of places. He just wanted to throw punches like crazy, you know what I mean? And that's when he was a bit more wilder. But literally now Derek has decided to, working on Hey, he's literally done amazing stuff. He looked a lot more sharper, he looked a lot more fitter, he's going forward a lot. He's throwing a lot more combos. His defense is a lot more tighter. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, like, Del Boy, if he got to the fight, Pulev tomorrow, he will wipe the floor with him. That's in my opinion. But Pulev, like, what can he do to win?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmid.
All I'm saying is just potentially, all I would do is Pulev, I would just drop my weight to about 215, 220 pounds, and I will just work on being slick, being light, just being slick, being slippery, and then doing the robotic stuff afterwards. I wouldn't work in power in this fight because you're just gonna get your ass whooped. And also I would work on going in and fighting similar to how Andy Ruiz beat Joshua. So doing a little bit overhand left, overhand right, and stuff like that, and fighting like a bit more quicker. Like, but he's got to lose some weight to do so. So that's Pulev. What AJ could do, AJ could just be AJ. Just do you, and this would be like 02 December the 12th. As soon as we get close to the date, we're gonna do a little punch-up preview for that. I assume Lawrence Coley's probably got to be on that card as well, and maybe other people like Lawrence Coley might be on that card, and other potential fighters might be on that card. So exciting stuff. I can't wait for things to happen on that front. And the winner of that fight would eventually beat the winner of Fury and unknown opponent. We'll talk about that in another video. Stay tuned for that one also, because we got some things to discuss. And dissect regarding that topic. But this has been your little announcement video, a little breaking news, borderline shout out Sky Sports, you've done that. And this has been your breaking news. So I'd like to you guys about this announcement. Peace, love, prosperity, guys, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Peace.